Is it on? Hey! Welcome to the world according to Brookie now. I just thought I would come in with some Stevie Wonder this evening. It seemed fitting with everything that's going on. I want to start with the good news. The good news is Georgia came through and you elected the Democrats run the Senate. So we thank you guys for coming out and for voting and doing everything you did. But on a sad note, I'm sure we are all aware that what went on in Washington D.C. of the storming of the Capitol. All I can say is we are entitled, each and every one of us as Americans, to our own opinion.
Yeah.
But when we get violent, that's different. That's a whole nother thing. It shouldn't take violence to get our point across. That's not what America is. This was the land where a lot of people came to run away from that. And not, and be a part of that in their own homeland, to come here and have the American dream. So thoughts and prayers go out to Washington D.C. and the everyone down there in Congress and all of our leaders, all of our nation's leaders down there in Washington D.C. May we come to a peace resolve, and may everyone let there be peace. Let there be peace. And when it's another election, just come out and vote and state your mind. But when it comes to this violence, that's just a little too much. It doesn't take all of that violence to get your point across. And I also wanted to touch base on some things that's going on in our society, such as bullying. With the kids. I heard a disturbing story today about a young lady with autism. And she was being mistreated and teased by her fellow students, at school. And when you can tease to a point to where she was going to commit suicide. Did y'all hear me? She was going to kill herself because she was in so much pain and torment from other students sitting up there teasing her. And my hope is that, she's in another school now and she's doing fine. But I feel that the parents of those kids that was teasing her, that somebody needs to speak with them. And that these schools need to have, I had it on a program earlier, a couple programs ago, that they need to start having some sensitivity training, teaching them, how to interact with students that are different, students that, that might have disability. Because now it's going on a lot in the schools. This student bullying of kids with disabilities. It could be a learning disability. It could be anything. But I tell my teens, because even though teens are big, and they get big as you or whatever, they're still teenagers, and you don't want them being teased to a point where they want to kill themselves. And parents need to tell their kids, like I tell mine, there's nothing that you could ever tell me that would shock, amaze, or surprise me. You can talk to me about anything, but especially bullying. And we can get a control over that, and we can get some resolve with that. But they need to teach students how to interact with one another and how not to tease somebody and mistreat somebody because they're different. And they also need to make some rules and regulations, some stiffer reprimands for that, because this is ridiculous. Every student should be able to go to school no matter what and be comfortable and enjoy their school day and learn in a healthy and safe and kind environment. Because you know, as parents, you love your children, and you're not fitting to take anybody's anything. That's putting it nicely. When it comes to your children, you don't mess around, and that's putting that nicely at all. So I decided to give y'all a little bit of a Afrocentric look tonight with my leopard wrap, and just doing different things because I can and I do with my hair, and just my head wraps and stuff like that. So, ma'am, what do you have?
Well, I have a recipe.
Okay.
Italian omelet with tomatoes and mozzarella.
Ooh, an Italian omelet. And that's figure friendly, y'all.
Here's what you need. Cooking spray, 5 sprays, 2 large eggs whisked with a pinch of salt and pepper, grape tomatoes,
get in the camera,
2/3 of cups halved, shredded part skim mozzarella cheese, 2 table
what is it? 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons. Uncooked.
New cook here. Okay.
Uncooked shallot, 1 teaspoon mince.
Now, y'all know if y'all don't have shallots, what you can do is on your onion powder, or if you got those dried up minced onions, you can kind of moisturize them with just a little bit of water to get them moistened, and you can use those.
Basil, 1 tablespoon.
We cook over here, y'all.
Plus extra for garnish. Okay, so step 1.
House smell like bacon now.
Step 1, coat a small omelet pan with cooking spray, and we all know how to make omelet.
And if you don't have an omelet pan, spray that skillet and your pan that you do your frying with real good, and around the sides. Make sure you get around the sides so it don't stick.
And you make your omelet and you cook about it for 3 minutes. Top omelet.
Y'all know how to make
tomatoes, cheese, shallot, and basil. Then you fold the omelet over.
And your mozzarella cheese got to go in there.
Yes, I said cheese.
Okay.
Then you fold it over. Then you put it for 1 to 2 minutes more. Garnish with basil if you want to. If that's optional.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all know how to make an omelet. Make it how you usually make it. Get your skillet warm.
No, you really do, and it's just adding.
And then have your eggs whipped up,
healthy stuff,
and your skillet greased around the sides, oiled around the sides, and on the bottom real good, so it don't stick. Pour your egg in there, okay? Then something else you can do. You can kind of saute those tomatoes a little bit too. In a separate pan if you want to. You can saute those tomatoes too, and do it like that with that basil in there, them tomatoes and basils, and then put it over in your onions, and then put it over in your omelet and fold it over. With your mozzarella, and then fold your egg over.
Fold it over.
Put a lid. You can use a lid to put over it. And then that cheese should be melted real good. And if you want to, you can flip it over. You should be easy to flip it over then. And then just serve and enjoy.
Eat it.
And there's no right or wrong way to make an omelet. You can make that kind of omelet. You can do it with breakfast, lunch, dinner. You can do with whatever vegetables that you like. You can do like turkey bacon. You can do like whatever you want, whatever you choose, but bulk it up with green peppers, onions. You could even do shrimp. You can do seafood. It's pretty much whatever you want. Turkey sausage, turkey bacon. But you can do so many things with it. But we just thought we would get that. Give you some ideas of Weight Watchers.
Yeah, and you can find that on weightwatchers.com.
Yeah, because they don't need to watch their weight. But you know how they say when mom's cutting back, everybody's cutting back. But they have their well balance of it. I don't want y'all to think I got my kids over here starving, because they eat. Like I said, we cook in this house. That's why I'm doing, what I do. with the Weight Watchers and everything, but they had a regular food. Their regular calorie food. I'm the one that's really cutting back. It's really me. So I'm sharing with you guys.
Anyway, now we have a dessert recipe, and it's also
go with your dessert.
Watchers. It's the no bake chocolate chip cookies. Chocolate cookies. So you need a half a cup of light butter, half a cup of 1% low-fat milk, 1 cup of white sugar, 4 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder, a half cup of reduced fat peanut butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
What are we making again?
We're making the
peanut butter. Okay, the chocolate cookies. Okay, okay. Ooh. Go ahead, keep going.
1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3 cups of quick cooking oats, and then a half cups of pecans, and that's optional. But those have to be chopped. Step 1, mix together butter, milk, sugar, cocoa powder in a small saucepan over medium heat. Step 2, bring to a boil and cook for 1 minute. Step 3, remove from heat and stir into peanut butter, vanilla extract, and salt. Step 4, stir in oats and pecans. Step 5, use a small cookie scoop or tablespoon. Drop into wax or parchment paper. Allow cookies to stand for 1 hour or until set. And then you can serve and eat it and enjoy it.
Sounds delightful, my darling. Thank you for those recipes. And then that's another recipe from Weight Watchers.
Yes.
And I just want to thank all of you guys for listening in.
Thank you so much
to our podcast. We have a podcast for today. And thank you for all of your support and for listening in to our podcast.
Please click the subscribe button and punch a like on the face.
But we also appreciate you taking the time to spending a little time with us. And I also want to say, we just want peace. Peace in the land.
Peace on earth.
Peace on earth and goodwill towards men. And hopefully we will move towards that peace and tranquility. It just breaks my heart. I can understand and people's passion about what their belief is and what they feel is right. But when it comes to violence, it just makes me so sad. I just hope my prayers go out to each and everyone out there. Like I said again, and may we have some resolve, and may there be peace, and may we move forward as country, the land of liberty and justice for all. And that's going to do it for the World According to Boogie. Check